Giannis Antetokounmpo possibly wants to play for the Bulls down the line. Yeah, let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk. Back at it with another video talking, of course, about NBA. Here to talk about the Chicago Bulls. So if you're a Bulls fan, hit the big red subscribe button down below. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. As always, guys, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. I told you, subscribe if you're a Bulls fan. Well, it looks like Giannis should subscribe because he apparently is a Bulls fan, all right? So in case you guys haven't heard this, so Giannis was basically promoting a new partnership that he had, okay, with this telehealth company called Antidote Health, okay? So he's got this partnership he wants to promote, and he was basically asked a question by a Chicago-based company, Fox 32, about the possibility of playing for the Bulls. Now, I don't know why they just asked him this like randomly out of nowhere, but again, it is a Chicago team, so they asked him, you know, would you be open to playing for the Bulls? And here was his response, okay? And I quote, I think anybody you asked that question that plays basketball, if he said no, he'd be a liar. It's a team that won multiple championships. It's a team that one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player to ever play the game, played for. So it's a no-brainer. Everybody would love to play for Chicago. Down the line, you never know. You never know how life brings it. Maybe I play for Chicago, but right now, I'm committed to Milwaukee. End quote. Okay, that quote happens. Twitter is set ablaze. Everybody goes berserk because Giannis says he wants to play for the Bulls. Let's reel it back in here, people. All right, I'm going to help everybody kind of gather themselves and break this down. Giannis just signed a 5-year deal last year with the Bucks for $228 million. He is not even eligible to be a free agent for at least 4 more seasons, maybe 3 more. I think he has a player option. So he's 27 years old. He'd be at least 30, 31 by the time his contract is up and he's a free agent. That's number one, right? Because we got to remember, this is not fantasy basketball. This is not 2K. This is real life. Like, we're talking about contracts and salary cap and everything. So we can't even like talk about this for the next 3 years at least. But let's say even if we wanted to talk about this, do I think it potentially happens? I think Giannis here is just being frank, and he's just being nice about it in terms of talking about the Bulls. Look, it's the Chicago Bulls. It's a respected franchise. The GOAT, Michael Jordan, played for this team. Giannis is a fan of the NBA and a fan of basketball just like everybody else, and a fan of Michael Jordan just like most people. So he's just saying that, hey, it's the Bulls. Who wouldn't want to play for the Bulls? Who wouldn't want to play for the Lakers? Who wouldn't want to play for Celtics? It's kind of like that, all right? You got to read between the lines. Look, I'm a Bulls fan first and foremost, okay? I would love for Giannis, the Greek freak, to come here, all right? He's kicked our butts too many times for me to want him to stay in Milwaukee. I'd love to have him here, but we have to be realistic about this. This is a man who has shown time and time again in his career he is loyal to Milwaukee, all right? He had opportunities to leave. He wanted to stay, and, you know, it worked out for him because he won a championship, led them to a title in Milwaukee. So I think for me, if you personally just ask me, Giannis is more of a Dirk, a Kobe, that type where he spends the rest of his career with one team. I see that happening more so than I see Giannis leaving for another team. Look, I'm sure he would consider it, but do I seriously think it happens? I don't, people. I don't. And I'm just being realistic about it. And, you know, I think it also is important to understand that, you know, if he was never asked this question, this never brings up. This isn't Giannis saying this. This is him being asked a question about it. And we're talking about a Chicago company that asked it. So would his answer have changed if somebody asked him about the Lakers? Somebody asked him about the Celtics, right? Like, maybe the next one. Maybe not the next. But that's what I'm trying to get here. It's like, yeah, I'd love to think, yeah, man, Giannis wants to play for the Bulls, and it could happen in the future. But I'm just not holding my breath here, you know, for the next 3 years thinking that'll happen. All right? So Giannis is most likely going to spend the rest of his career with the Milwaukee Bucks. And that's okay because that is Giannis. And that's the type of player he is. But yeah, I'd love to obviously have him on the Bulls. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't, people? So you ask me, do I think his quote means that he's for sure going to play for the Bulls? No. I think he's just being nice about it. And I think he's saying what most people would say, which is they're a fan of the Bulls, they're a fan of Michael Jordan, and they're a fan of basketball. And, the Bulls in the 90s, one of the greatest teams of all time. So it's a nice story. It's fun. Trust me, I'm having a lot of fun with it too, but try not to run away with it is what I'm trying to tell you. Got to bring some realism back here. Giannis is probably going to be with the Bucks the rest of his career. Though I'd love to see it change, but if it does change, got to wait at least 3 years for that to happen. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.